Pack you up, fam, nice. God body. The ego ain't always loud. Sometimes it meditate, sometimes it quotes scripture, burn sage, post healing captions, say peace and blessings with a knife behind the tone. Sometimes pride don't leave, it evolves. Learn softer words, gets a cleaner road, finds spiritual language to protect the same old wound. That's the scary part. The ego learned scripture and started sounding holy. He used to argue loud, now we speak in higher tones. Same control, new incense, same throne. Said I'm protecting my peace, but the peace had walls. Said I'm discerning energy, but he ducked them calls. Every apology turned into a lesson he could teach. Every wound got translated into somebody else's reach. He had quotes for the timeline, wisdom in the caption, but still couldn't sit still when the mirror started asking. That ain't growth, that's defense with a softer face. That ain't God, that's pride with a parking space. He learned the language of healing and hidden the sound. Ain't hard to look spiritual when nobody challenged the crown. All that light, still a shadow in the room. All that truth, still avoiding what it knew. The ego learned scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. The ego learned scripture, now the lie got grace. God talking his mouth, but avoidance in his face. You know chakras, laws, planets, numbers, sacred text. Still send paragraphs when his feelings get checked. Talking divine timing, but he hate being told no. Talking higher self, but the low self run the show. Said they not aligned with me every time somebody leave. Never ask what part of him made love it. Hard to breathe, that spiritual bypass with a velvet little twist. Put wings on the wound and call the flying healing bliss. Rewind, knowledge ain't integration, quotes ain't transformation. You can name the whole law and still fail this situation. A rope don't make a profit, a post don't make us age. Sometimes the prison gets spiritual and still remain caged. Still a shadow in the room. All that truth, still avoiding what it knew. The ego learned scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. The ego learned scripture, now the lie got grace. God talking his mouth, but avoidance in his face. And here go the mirror, because he wasn't the only one. Everybody got a place where the wound learn vocabulary. A place where fear sound wise, where control sound like boundaries, where avoidance sound like peace, where pride sound like standards. That's midnight scriptures, not judging the spiritual one, checking the part that learned how to hide behind the spiritual one. Because the ego don't care what costume work. Street costume, church costume, therapy costume, God body costume. If it keeps you from accountability, it'll worry. The work is not sound and evolve. The work is being corrected without needing to become superior to the correction. So we sat with himself, no caption, no choir, no sage in the air, just truth by the fire. Asked, did I grow or did my language get expensive? Did I heal or did I make my wounds defensive? That question cut deep, but it opened the door. Ego got quiet when the soul wanted more. No performance, no post, no beautiful phrase, just a grown man learning how to own his ways. That's when scripture got clean, and not because it sounded sweet, but because he finally let it touch where pride don't speak. God ain't impressed by the words if the heart stay closed. The fruit tell the truth that the caption never knows. The ego learned scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. But the soul heard scripture, fell to his knees. No need to look holy when the truth make you free. The ego learned scripture, now the mask got grace, but God knew the wound that was hiding in his face. That light still had to land. All that truth still needed hands. The ego learns scripture. The soul learns surrender. Pack you up, pack you up, pack you up, pack you up. Pack you up. Pack you up. Fam, nice. God body, God body, God body, God. The ego ain't always loud. Sometimes it meditates, sometimes it quotes scripture. Burn sage, post healing captions, say peace and blessings with a knife behind the tone. Sometimes pride don't leave, it evolves. Learn softer words, gets a cleaner robe. Find spiritual language to protect the same old wound. That's the scary part. The ego learned scripture and started sounding holy. Yeah. He used to argue loud, now he's speaking higher tones. Same control, new incense, same throne. Said I'm protecting my peace, but the peace had walls. Said I'm discerning energy, but he ducked them calls. Every apology turned into a lesson he could teach. Every wound got translated into somebody else's reach. He had quotes for the timeline, wisdom in the caption, but still couldn't sit still when the mirror started asking. That ain't growth, that's defense with the softer face. That ain't God, that's pride with the parking space. He learned the language of healing and hidden the sound. Ain't hard to look spiritual when nobody challenged the crown. All that light, still a shadow in the room. All that truth, still avoiding what it knew. The ego learns scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. The ego learns scripture, now the lie got grace. God talk in his mouth, but avoidance in his face. Yeah. He knows chakras, laws, planets, numbers. Sacred text still send paragraphs when his feelings get checked. Talking divine timing, but he hate being told no. Talking higher self, but the low self run the show. Said they not aligned with me every time somebody leave. Never ask what part of him made loving hard to breathe. That spiritual bypass with a velvet little twist. Put wings on the wound and called the flying healing bliss. Rewind, knowledge ain't integration, quotes ain't transformation. You can name the whole law and still fail the situation. A robe don't make a profit, a post don't make a save. Sometimes the prison gets spiritual and still remain the cave. Still a shadow in the room. All that truth, still avoiding what it knew. The ego learned scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. The ego learned scripture, now the lie got grace. God talk in his mouth, but avoidance in his face. And here go the mirror, because he wasn't the only one. Everybody got a place where the wound learn vocabulary. A place where fear sound wise, where control sound like boundaries, where avoidance sound like peace, where pride sound like standards. There's midnight scriptures, not judging the spiritual one, checking the part that learned how to hide behind the spiritual one. Because the ego don't care what costume work. Street costume, church costume, therapy costume, God body costume. If it keeps you from accountability, it'll wear it. The work is not sound, it evolved. The work is being corrected without needing to become superior to the correction. So we sat with themselves, no caption, no quiet, no sage in the air, just truth by the fire. Ask, did I grow or did my language get expensive? Did I heal or did I make my wounds defensive? That question cut deep, but it opened the door. Ego got quiet when the soul wanted more. No performance, no post, no beautiful phrase, just a grown man learning how to own his ways. That's when scripture got cleaner, not because it sounded sweet, but because he finally let it touch where pride don't speak. God ain't impressed by the words if the heart stay closed. The fruit tell the truth that the caption never knows. The ego learned scripture, started sounding real clean. Same old pride, just dressed like a king. But the soul heard scripture and fell to his knees. don't need to look holy when the truth make you free. The ego learns scripture. Now the man's got grace. God knew the wound that was hiding in his face. All that light still had the land. All that truth still needed hands. The ego learns scripture. The soul learns surrender. Pack you up. Pack you up. Pack you up.